This has been an interesting week. There have been a lot of things going on in the world of podcasting. There have been a lot of things going on in my own podcasting journey. I had 2 conversations with people for this episode that were supposed to be quick and succinct, but working within the podcasting industry, we obviously went on for a lot longer than intended. I will come back at the end of it all with a quick summary of what I've done during this week. I'm Martin Quabell, and this is Pods Like Us Chronicles. On Monday, the 29th of June, I decided that I would try and record the discussion with Tobiloba Sulaiman again, hoping that the sound quality would be better than the previous time. I've done a little bit of noise cancelling and other things with the actual file, and I'm hoping that this will be better for you all and that you will get more from it because of that. What was your inspiration for creating AuTrans?
So the main inspiration for creating AuTrans came from my own problems, the problems I was facing at the time. So as a student, I have a lot of recordings that I don't have time to transcribe. Some of them come in languages like Yoruba, Hausa, and Nigerian languages. But the main tools that are popular today, available to use, which includes Otter, and Fireflies, they don't understand those languages. So it was a real hassle for me. So I just had to I felt like it was something I could do. So when I bridged that solution, I felt like other students also benefit from this. Then I made it a web app and published it. So that's one of my main inspiration. I faced some problems. I felt like I could solve it. Then I solved them, should use it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you have created AuTrans as this incredible transcription service for all of these different African-based languages like Pidgin and Nigerian, and you'll probably get to things like Luganda and things like that as well, eventually, I'm guessing.
Yes.
How did you then decide to actually put the software out there? Because you've made it available for everybody, haven't you?
Yes, I have. So first off, I wanted to make it a mobile app.
Yeah.
But at the time, I felt like making it a website.
Yes.
Will make it more accessible for everybody.
Yeah.
So that was what I did. And using the following I have on all my social media handles, I advertised and just did organic marketing to get the word out that there is a tool that solves this problem. And I've been actively communicating with people I know that, yes, it is actually done. Plans are being made to upgrade the app and to make it a proper cover. For now, it is available and it solves it was meant to solve.
That's brilliant. Another interesting thing about this is with your approachability, where through Substack and other sources of online media, you've been able to push the product really well, I believe, with your update post that you keep putting up on Substack and all of these places to let people know how it's advancing. I think that's really good. But also the fact that I found it interesting when I read last week on one of your posts with how it is doing as well, how it is taking off really well. And one thing that you said there that I thought was brilliant was that it's getting to the people and it's the responses that you're getting. You might not be making the bigger numbers at the moment, but you can see how people's use of it is then going on to their friends and then their friends and they're passing it on. So it's building really well.
Yes, okay. That's something I'm very proud of because I just envisioned it. I envisioned it as something that maybe would just go along with people. But I feel like the product is actually selling itself. So one thing I wanted to chip in was that all our paying customers came from Google, right? So they tried to solve this problem and they found closer to solution. And we're actually doing it for them. So it's not people I actually personally or kind of persuaded them or discussed anything with them. I'm just putting stuff out there and people seem to want it. So yes, it is doing well in a way. Not exactly big like that, but
Yeah.
it is taking off, yes. So I think we have 95 users and God about 4 paying users right now. And some not really big numbers considering the fact that we have not actually done serious marketing. We are just doing organic marketing and some other stuff. Plans are being made, as I mentioned before, so we the app to a more standardized company format, then push for organized market. So then we will expect the big numbers that the app deserves to have.
Just look at it from the case of podcasting in itself. If you go back, it's 21 years ago now since the word podcasting came into being. But the growth of that from being a small, very unpromoted to a degree thing to what it is now, you could see that with your creation of AuTrans as something very similar, where you have this organic growth, the same as podcasting had. So there is the possibility for that happening. And you can see, even to a small degree, over only a couple of weeks since you've actually put it out there, how it's already grown to such a degree and with such a positive reaction from the people that are using it. So what do you see now as the future of AuTrans? Where is it going to next, and what's the next developments that you're looking towards?
Okay, so I do not want to reveal too much, but our users and potential users should expect a lot.
Yeah.
I have a team now, and we are planning, we are strategizing, and we are already building. So
Yeah.
they should expect the one thing I will mention that they should expect it on their phones now. People that use Android phones, people that use iPhones, so they should expect it on all mobile devices. And we'll add more standardized features.
Yeah.
Our main motive is the fact that we understand these languages. So for them to access it, we are creating more features to that. So we are going to be drawing onto something similar like the features of Otter offers. The world Fireflies Otters, and we are now making it better. So I don't want to oversell what hasn't been put out yet, but I don't want it as something they should expect.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
That's great. Just let people know how they can contact you then, please, Tobiloba.
Okay, so they can reach out to me using my website. So that is like the one place where they can get everything they want about me. So my website link is tobilobasulaiman.com. It is spelled TOBISULAIMON.com. So there they would get all the information they need about me, all my social media handles, on projects I've built, and other stuff they may need to know.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toby. You take care.
You take care, so thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.
My much better half, Louise, recently recorded a guest spot for one of my favourite film podcasts, Review It Yourself, where they spoke about the recent Sacha Baron Cohen film, Ladies First. The film is available to watch on Netflix, and the episode of Review It Yourself will be available everywhere that podcasts could be found from Sunday, the 2nd of August. Here is a clip of that episode for you now.
Well, I think it's an interesting take on women acting like men, treating men like some men treat women. That's what I think.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Basically,
that's
it like it in a nutshell,
yeah.
isn't it?
No, yeah,
Sort of.
yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. This is why I have Sarah with me a lot of the time. I ramble, and then she succinctly puts my ramblings into a really good point. But no, you're absolutely right. And it comes to the head where they have that meeting, and the production apparently intentionally filmed the two Guinness pitch meetings back to back, The first where it was like the man's world, the regular world. And then the second one where it was the women's world, where they're belittling him. And apparently the cast and crew did the second scene where they're belittling the man, and everybody felt really uncomfortable. And the director, was it Ella something? The director, who's a woman, said, "This is why we're making the film like this, because why are you uncomfortable when it's the other way? Like it should be." So I quite like that. And again, it's not. I must stress this, like anyone listening, and I don't know if you agree, Lou. Like I think it would have been very easy for it to kind of start getting sanctimonious and start getting really heavy-handed.
As well as Pods Like Us, I am also a host on the music shows Toppermost of the Poppermost and When They Was Fab. Coming up for you now is a clip from the upcoming episode of When There Was Fab, where myself and another co-host, Ed Chen, discuss the final Beatles tour in 1966.
But on June 24th, when the Beatles first walked on stage, they did not don lederhosen, but a set of smart dark green suits with silk lapels.
And what they had scheduled for this leg before the US was West Germany, Japan, and the Philippines.
Wow. But unlike today, this is multiple gigs in these countries. Not like today where you'll find maybe 4 at the most gigs in one country. They're doing ridiculous amounts of concerts in these places.
What you'll see in a lot of places is, they didn't want to approach the Revolver material. The Revolver material wasn't out, and the Beatles had a policy of not playing unreleased material in their stage show.
Ed, do you think, looking back, it might have been interesting for them to say, do you know what? Let's throw And Your Bird Can Sing into the set and see if it works.
Maybe, but I would almost see them doing like Got to Get You Into My Life. No, they're not going to do Tomorrow Never Knows live on stage. Yellow Submarine.
Submarine. That could have been the Ringo song.
The short version is, yes, in looking back in hindsight, that might have been a good idea, but I mean, they had the way they did things.
They did. Yep.
My question for you is, do you think they really knew that this was going to be the final tour from the start? Part of the reason I say this is at the very end of the tour, again, like 2 days after the tour ended in the States, John Lennon was back in Germany. So they started this run in Germany and they ended it in Germany.
That's interesting. So now, to be quick and succinct, well, quite frankly, there is a newsletter that comes out every Tuesday on Substack. So if you look for Pods Like Us on Substack, then you will find the Pod Bites newsletter that comes out every Tuesday and is absolutely jam-packed with all sorts of podcasting news that I find out about and my own journey that week in podcasting. During this week, I have read some great articles and posts written by Robert Fripp on Substack, Frank Reciopi on Substack, LinkedIn, and also as a journalist for Forbes magazine. Tony Doe is known through Into the Podverse, who have a great page on Substack. Stephanie Fuccio on Substack as well, and on LinkedIn, in fact. David Campbell on Substack and LinkedIn. And of course, John McDermott, McD himself, on Substack and LinkedIn too. And I'm in a WhatsApp group with John as well, so I get bits and pieces from him there. Speaking of artificial intelligence in podcasting, because John McDermott with Calaroga Sharp Media, my good friend Graham Class of Classic Studios had his birthday on Saturday, so best wishes to him. Ethan got back to me about the new artwork for Pods Like Us, so I was probably a little overexcited by the initial communication about it with the samples. Nice typeface. The 4th of July wasn't just Independence Day, but was also Independent Podcasters Day as well. Nice marketing there. Ariel Nissenblatt and Mercury Podcast thought it would be great to use that to make the whole of July into a month of podcast-related challenges for some of us. Well, for those of us that are taking part, including me. Day one's prompt was to post up a picture of us relaxing away from podcasting, because Ariel at this moment is on holiday at the Isle of Wight. So with her being on vacation time, she thought, what the heck, let's see you all relaxing. So a photo was posted up on the socials of me reading the book With Great Power, which is a great book about the history of Spider-Man in films. And it was written by Sean O'Connell, a guest on Pods Like Us 3 times, as I've mentioned before, actually, who was one of the 3 co-hosts of the now finished Real Blend podcast. They've got a YouTube group going on now and then where they get together, actually, if anybody's interested. So the best way to look it up would be to look up Jake Hamilton of Fox Media on YouTube, and you'll probably find it on there. I think he goes under the name Jake's Takes or something. So day 2 was to create a trailer for your podcast, which I actually did. There's a trailer out there for season 11 of Pods Like Us, and it's okay. It runs at 1 minute and 6 seconds, which I have heard is the sweet spot for a podcast trailer, somewhere between, say, 50 seconds and a minute and a half. Any longer, and I might have included clips from episodes past and future as well to try and beef it up a bit. Day 3 was artwork day. The artwork is being worked on at the moment, of course, because of the discussion with Ethan. He is the artist. And here I am on day 4 of the challenge, waiting for the prompt and running later with this episode than I would like to have had it finished, to be quite honest. Because the prompts are coming from the US, I am waiting for a long time for them, because I am starting my day at around 6 o'clock to 6:30 in the morning UK time, with the prompts arriving anywhere between 8 and 10 hours later, because they're coming from the US and the whole time zone thing. Anyway, following my sign out, there will be a trailer for the podcast of one of the participants of the July podcasting challenge. The idea for the show is that this guy keeps getting mail for somebody named Jacob Reed, and he is trying to find out who this mail is supposed to be for. So he's constantly trying to find all of these different people called Jacob Reed, and it's a true story. It's really happening in real time. And an interesting thing is, at the end, well, do you know what? I will let you find out by listening to the trailer that is coming straight after this. Well, after my sign out anyway, which is pre-recorded. And here it comes. So with that, I wish all of you podders the best. Pods Like Us is available anywhere that podcasts can be found, and all of the links to the social media and email are available on the opening page of themarvzone.org. The show is distributed and sponsored by rss.com, and we thank them for their support. Please rate and review the show on the platform that you are listening or viewing the episode on. All feedback is gratefully received, as it helps to know if there is anything that needs to be looked at. Thank you for listening, and I hope you listen again to another episode of Pods Like Us Chronicles.
Thank you for calling. This is Jalen. How can I help you?
Hey, Jalen. My name is Jacob Reed, and I got an email that there is a package being held for me at the front desk.
And you're not in apartment 604?
I've actually never even lived in Seattle. I live in Southern California.
Weird. There's someone with your same name, Jacob Reed.
My name is Jacob Reed. It's a pretty common name, and this kind of stuff happens to me all the time. I've gotten Jacob Reed's phone calls, cable bills, plane tickets, requests to review an Anaconda purchase. A normal person would brush off these coincidences, but I started keeping track, logging every Jacob Reed I came across in a spreadsheet. For years, it sat on the back burner. Meanwhile, I got married, we bought a house, had a kid, I got my first TV directing job on Jimmy Kimmel Live. For the first time in my life, I had a clear idea of what the next few years would look like. It seemed like anything was possible. Then, everything changed.
flights grounded, cities under lockdown. The coronavirus is...
Within a few months, I became a dad, the pandemic hit, and the entertainment industry shut down indefinitely. Each night, after we got our newborn to sleep, I'd sneak out to our dusty old garage and live vicariously through the hundreds of Jacob Reeds on my spreadsheet. I had this overwhelming feeling that if I could somehow make contact with all of them, learning about their lives would help me figure out what to do with mine. So I started looking.
I'm trying to find someone named Jacob Reed.
This is our embalming room.
Oh shit, we're literally going off the road.
The average take from a bank robbery like that is $3,000.
I don't know this person.
Welcome to Jacob Reed and Me.
Jacob Reed and Me.
A docuseries.
A mystery show.
A mundane multiverse.
An investigative comedy
that answers life's biggest questions.
Life's biggest questions.
Exclusively by tracking down people.
Named Jacob Reed.
Jacob Reed.
Hosted by me, Jacob Reed. Season 1 coming February 25th at jacobreedandme.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.